Hey Internet, it's RJ. Welcome back. Thanks for tuning into the show today. Now today is Sunday, so you know what that means. It's time to go around the net with all the news you can use in the week that was in credit and finance. So on the docket for today, everyone's favorite 2% card, Fidelity, gets a little bit better. We have United out telling you how you're going to earn status in 2025. I'm sure you kind of love it. And we have Chase taking their revenge for the infinite money glitch that happened about a month or so ago. All that and more. So of course, if any of it sounds interesting to you, go ahead, press the subscribe button, and let's get to work. Now we will lead off with Fidelity Cash Rewards cards, a 2% card. You know, a while back we did a Q&A this past week over Halloween, and there was a question about 2% cards, active cash versus double cash. I picked the double cash, but apparently Fidelity has a strong following out there. Their card gets a little bit better for that fan base, so I'll put it up for you, but this is what Fidelity's been sending out. So you've got 3 bullet points here. So first is earn up to $100 when you simplify your airport security process. And for this, you can receive up to 10,000 reward points every 4 years when you apply for global entry or TSA pre-check. 10,000 points is basically a $100 credit. Now, what's noteworthy there is that we know, because we reported on this a few months ago over the summer, that the price of global entry is going up to $120. I imagine when the price goes into effect, if it's not already in effect, this will match. But it's basically the travel credit that you're used to in all the other travel cards. The other two you have here is auto rental collision damage waiver at no extra cost. So get built-in auto rental coverage up to $75,000 for physical damage to ensure your auto rental is covered. So there you go. I mean, I don't think it's primary, but it's still something. And then no foreign transaction fees. Now, no foreign transaction fees, if memory serves, this card had it, then they were removed, and now they're bringing back the perk. So overall, for a free card, that's pretty good, especially for the TSA pre-deal. Again, no foreign transaction fees is hard to find. So I don't have the Fidelity card. I don't mind it. It's still one of those like Elan type deals where if you want to redeem points, it's like in increments of $25. I know some people, say that's overreacting. Others don't. Me, I find it annoying, so I'm still going to stick with the double cash. But this does make this a solid 2% card. Now, that's for cash back, but we'll come back to cash later. We'll go into the travel space now. And, one of the most annoying things about traveling is when, your flights get canceled, and you need delays, and you need refunds and things like that. No matter how many times we've been told they've been overhauling the process, it's still a convoluted, annoying thing. Well, now our Department of Transportation administration is out with a few new mandates that should make it easier, at least, to get your refund. So again, we'll put this one on screen. We're doing a lot of side-by-sides today, but we have Secretary Pete Buttigieg here. It's not a political statement. He just happens to be the Secretary of Transportation, so we don't need to make it weird. But here's what his tweet says. Yes, I'm still saying tweet. X be darned. So airlines are required to provide automatic refunds to passengers. So he also has 3 points. So canceled or significantly changed flights. Passengers are entitled to a refund in their flight if their flight is canceled or significantly changed and they do not accept the significantly changed flight, rebooking on an alternative flight or alternative compensation. So you could deny all those and just get your refund. Perfect. Significantly delayed baggage return. Passengers who have filed a mishandled baggage report are entitled to a refund of their checked bag fee if the bag is not delivered within the applicable time frame after arrival. 12 hours of the passenger's domestic flight arriving at the gate. Either 15 or 30 hours of the passenger's international flight arriving at the gate, depending on the length of the flight. So you have to dig down to the details a little bit. You still do have to file your claim, of course, but that should be good. Now, ancillary services not provided, so passengers are entitled to a refund for the fee they paid for extra services such as Wi-Fi, seat selection, or in-flight entertainment if an airline fails to provide these services. So overall, I mean, these are good things, right? This is what you want to see. If we're going to have government step in and regulations and stuff like this, is kind of what you want to see because these are good protections. It's very hard to get a refund. You see many Reddit posts of people on flights and their chair heads-up display thing is busted, and this, that, and the other. So now, we'll have to see how easy is it to actually get your refund. But in theory, I think these are all good things that they noted here in their 3-point deal. So if you got some stories or whatever, feel free to share them down below. Now, if you're traveling somewhere and everything goes smoothly, maybe you're traveling to the next Formula One race. Formula One is quite taken off. I'm a fan myself. I do watch it on occasion. So if you're traveling to Formula One and you happen to be an American Express customer, well, American Express and Formula One have extended their partnership to include a few more things here. So if we take a look at the press release, now we're going to skip past all the stuff where everyone just says nice things about one another. But you can see here, they've got a list of races. We just had Texas over here. Mexico City just happened. The next one, I mean, there's only two left. This weekend is actually Brazil, and then Las Vegas is, in a week or so after that. But what could you actually get? That's kind of what you care about. So if you were to go to one of these things, they say, for example, at this weekend's Formula One Grand Prix in Mexico, again, already happened. Card members have access to complimentary Amex race radios to tune into complimentary commentary from the team. Track fans with eligible tickets, I don't know what tickets you'd buy to be eligible, can also enjoy the Amex fan experience. Space when they can put their F1 skills to the test with trivia, design a custom livery. Livery is the weird word they use to describe the wrap that they put on the car, I believe, to take home. Record their own F1 driver intro video to share on social and receive giveaways while supplies last. All this and more, including the trackside lounge in the East Harmons. We don't know. Okay, that's good enough. So there you go. That's what you're getting for this overall continued F1 partnership. I think it's cool. I think you're going to start to see more of stuff like this. We've seen it in tennis. I think they've done a lot of, I think, some golf too. Chase, someone gets the US Open, but they've done things like that. They've done things in stadiums. And that, I know people don't love the lifestyle branding of the card, but I think that's also what they're trying to shift to, which it somewhat makes sense, because if you're using a travel card to travel, then why should the perks stop at the airport? It does make it more useful. I mean, I'd like to see them get to the point where there's easier ways to get tickets or something, or maybe special redemptions for MR points for these events through the travel portal, perhaps. I think that would be something. I mean, that would be far too more material impactful. I don't think Amex would do anything like that, but I do think that would be the thing. But they seem more bent on hey, no, you're going to pay full price, and then we'll just make it, a little bit extra for you when you get there. And it did sound like some cool stuff if you're into it. So if you are into it, let us know down below. Again, 2 races left. I'm going to still predict that Verstappen pulls it out, but whoever would have saw McLaren coming up. And again, next year we have Hamilton moving to Ferrari. So it should be some good entertainment no matter what. All that much better if you're an Amex card holder, perhaps. So how are you going to get to these races, though? Well, you might be flying United. And if you're flying United, well, now in 2025, there's, as you would have imagined, a new way to get status. Not necessarily a new way, but the status is increased. And basically, it doesn't get any easier, that's for sure. If you were thinking that, it does not get easier. So let's take a look at what United has put out for their 2025 loyalty program here. We're pulling this straight from their site, so I'll put it up. A Premier Status updates what's changing for 2025. So improved ways to earn. Cool, we'll be the judge of that. So Points Plus gets a big upgrade. So starting in mid-2025, so no date yet, Points Plus earned upon achieving Premier Platinum and Premier 1K status will become even more versatile. In addition to using Plus points to request premium seat and cabin upgrades, you'll soon be able to redeem Plus points for new perks, including Premier qualifying points and qualifying flights, travel bank cash, bonus miles, and gifting status to others. These new benefits will be available, as they said, sometime in 2025. More details to come. Of course, we'll have it here. Additional updates. So qualification thresholds have changed. Overall, 1 mile at a time. I do read their summaries. I'm not the most versed at travel. Say these are up between 20 and 25% across the board. So what you're looking at is, I'm going forward. Premier Silver is going to be, they've got a weird PQP and PQF or PQP only type setup, but you can kind of see it on screen there. I don't think we need to read through all of them. But overall, the increases, again, are about 20 to 25% from what I understand from View from the Wing. That's kind of what we go with. Now here we go. Starter PQPs. So all members who achieve 2025 Premier status as of December 31st of the end of this year will once again receive a deposit in early 2025 to get a head start, which is nice. So again, here's your head start deal. If you were silver, you get 300, gold is 6, platinum is 9, and Premier 1K is 1400. So it just kind of helps you get off to a better start there. The credit cards, of course, make a comeback here. So updates for United Chase card members: earn more PQP with eligible spending on your United Chase credit card. Specifically, You've got PQP earn, so earn frequency will be increased from one PQP earned per $20 spend on all eligible cards except United Club Infinite card and United Club Business card, which will increase from one PQP earned per $15 spent. The caps, the maximum amount of PQP that can be earned on one card on a card spend will increase over current amounts. So again, infinite card capping it, moving to 15,000. Business card is moving to 15, and the Quest is moving to 9 as well. And then, of course, there you go. That's about most of the stuff that you would care about. And so there you go. There's your United status change updates. Of course, I don't fly United a ton, and even if I do fly, I fly Delta, but I'm not nearly as close to earning status so none of this stuff really usually impacts me. But if it does impact you, I'd love to hear you down below your thoughts on these changes. How bad is it really? Love to get your thoughts. So if you're trying to earn status and you're like, the heck with it, I'm just going to use cash and buy my way there, well, make sure you're not stopping by Chase ATM anytime soon, because as you know, a while back, I don't know if we talked about this one, but they had the Chase infinite money glitch, if you will, which was a silly name for like check fraud, honestly, where people figured out that if you wrote a check for like any amount and cashed it really quick, like you could go and then turn around and withdraw that money very fast before the check even cleared, which is a rare bug, because normally with Chase, I know for me, I deposit a lot. If I deposit checks, they put a hold on just about everything. So that was definitely a glitch how people were doing. They were doing large sums of money, thinking for some reason it was an infinite money glitch, and they would get away with it. I mean, it's outright fraud, really. The glitch thing is kind of funny. I mean, there have been glitches in the past, like the Robinhood one was somewhat justifiable, I think, because you're still on margin, even though you knew what you were doing, and margin is borrowing. But anyhow, Chase is now out to get their revenge, and they are filing lawsuits. So specifically, we have some interesting ones here. These came from USA Today to bring us home. So overall, they're beginning to sue people, as you do, because that's really the only way you can make people do stuff is by suing them. So collectively, I think they're going after a few folks. It looks like for $662,000 collectively. Of course, their spokesperson said it's fraud, it's a crime, this, that, and the other. So highlights here. So one case filed in Houston alleges that a masked man, in quotes, deposited a check for $335K into the defendant's bank account at an ATM. The man then immediately began withdrawing money of a total of $290,000 before the check was returned as counterfeit. You have another one here for $116,000 who then promptly transferred $90,000 out of the account. And then you have one for a business that owes $138,000 and $141,000 respectively. So again, they're going to go after these guys as well. They should. I mean, it's definitely fraud. I mean, you can't write a check that is bad, you don't have the funds to cover. And it's kind of funny because they're depositing it into your account. They have all your information. There's a camera at the ATM. I mean, it makes it all very easy. This was kind of silly. The whole thing was silly, but people are people, right? There are some comments or some thoughts like, why is Chase bothering? Like, it's not a lot of money to them. Like, no, it's actually not a lot of money to them. Objectively, it's just not. But I mean, this is kind of back to like the American Express or even playground rules, right? If you let someone push you or punch you, then eventually they're going to think they can do it. So no matter what, if you know you're going to get into a fight, you got to punch them back. I know this is controversial things in 2024, but it's very akin to how, like all sport leagues now had to add rules of you're not allowed to leave the bench during a fight, which is a dumb rule, because if you don't leave the bench into a fight, well, then you're just going to look bad, be known as being soft and weak. So I'd rather take the 3-game or 5-gamer, punch a dude, and at least have my reputation of not being a team that can be messed with, right? And that's kind of here. Like, you did it. Of course, they're going to go after you because they have to send the message that no, they're not going to allow this. We see this a lot with American Express and their rewards abuse team, which is part of operating costs. So, that's why I didn't really talk about it too much, because it's kind of funny, but it's also just dumb and silly. Like, why would people do this and think it was going to go well? But anyways, Chase is out to get their revenge. So if anything does come of it, more interesting, funny stories of people trying this. I know we've seen some people on the apps do it and like posting their negative accounts and being shocked. So we'll keep an eye on it. Again, if there's anything funny that comes from it, we'll definitely bring it to your attention, just to end the show, because it's fun. But anyways, guys, that's gonna be the news for this week. So of course, if you liked it, drop me a thumbs up down below. If you found it particularly interesting, consider subscribing to the channel. We're posting content just like this every single week. Of course, we're right back here every Sunday with all the news you can use in the week that was in credit and finance, and every single day over on ProfitableContent.com, which is the channel's blog. Always linked down below for you and on the home page. Over there, we post the latest news stories. We have plenty of bank promotions and credit card offers. You see, if you want the bank's money, all you have to do is ask, and they're more than happy to give it to you. You don't have to do all this check nonsense, so we've got you covered over there. But anyways, guys, that'll do it for this one. As always, thanks so much for watching. We'll talk to you very soon in the next one.